a lot of starstruck. Hop in the ride and we took in the truck, in the truck, and they all.
We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at Lumen Field here in the SoDo district of Seattle. Tonight, it's our first Monday night game of the new season, and we've got a good one coming up between the Denver Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. The first of two here on a Monday night, the opener for these two teams as we're underway on EA Sports. Now this is going to be returned from the back line of the end zone. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
I can't help but smile, not because I'm rooting for any team in particular, but to see the special team set up their team in such a big way, you just know that helps the interaction between all phases of a football team.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action. It's Smith. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. And they'll run. It's Ken Walker. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They don't want to waste this outstanding field position on this opening drive as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing now is Geno. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
That's a sharp throw right there on 3rd down. They're looking to get the first points of the game, and they certainly don't want to be on a field goal. So that's a nice job to get the hook up and set up.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with his first career touchdown in his first career game. And the Seahawks are on the board here first in the season opener. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their 25-yard line. They run here with a second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Now, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. These fans here in Seattle getting the chance to see Russell Wilson play his first game for a franchise other than theirs. And Russell's 10 seasons in a Seahawk uniform. He went 104, 53-1 in the regular season. Threw for over 37,000 yards, almost 300 touchdowns. A Pro Bowler 9 of his 10 seasons with the Seahawks. And, of course, led them to victory over, ironically, the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48.
You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. We thought this defense would be opportunistic, and they were. Here, you're already up. Now you got a 2-touchdown lead. I tell you, going out there on defense, did they have a little bit of extra momentum with a score already on the board?
Oh, without a doubt. That already felt good to them. They took it and used it and obviously put up another one. But here's the thing now. Some defense coordinators might want to pull their guys back a little bit because they don't want them to make mistakes because they're too overamped. Others say, I got a 2-touchdown lead. Go get them, guys. They'll be even more aggressive.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Here's Wilson to throw. No, bottled up, fumble. It's out, it's loose. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns is going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, they're still not in field goal range yet. So they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense. And they were there to help force the incompletion.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Smith. Catch is made by Metcalf. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now Geno. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, it's Walker. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
Throwing on third down, Smith.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15.
46 yards for him on the ground in his first quarter. He has been tremendous to start the new year.
Play action. Now Wilson steps away. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Jonathan Abram picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Charles, it is pretty rare that we see a team build this kind of lead in the opening quarter. And, man, they seem to be clicking on all 3 phases right there. The defense doing its part with a pick 6.
It's absolutely been the definition of a start that you would pick for yourself and for your team, right? And I have a feeling that they just want to stay in this zone. What's truly incredible about this start is they can add on a couple more scores. This one could legitimately be over in the second quarter.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. To throw on 2nd and 10. Wilson. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
It's 3rd and long now for Wilson and the Broncos after that sack.
Back to throw. Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Quarterback came into this game eager to see how they would hold up in man coverage. And on that play, they held up quite well.
The Broncos send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
A big mistake last time they were on the field, tossing that interception inside the red zone and really taking away what had been a pretty successful drive up to that point.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any question about it. As they head out on the field for this drive, that whole offensive unit is just thinking redemption. You know, they moved it really well, didn't pay it off. This time, they want to make sure that ball ends up in the end zone, and they're the ones possessing it.
He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 46 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Smith. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. And the Broncos are going to take possession of the football. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He'll swing that out to Edmonds. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
Now the first carry for Chase Edmonds. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
Tim Patrick is one of my favorite stories in the NFL, a self-made player at every level. He's beat great odds to become a starter in this league. The Broncos love the reliable production he brings them from the number 2 or 3 spot on the depth chart.
That's caught left side by Jeudy. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy from 3 yards out. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. That is good, and that'll make it 20-7.
Next to score, Seahawks 20, Broncos 7. Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a... And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. not sure that the wheels, Charles, are coming completely off, but they're shaking a little bit. That's 3 interceptions, and now interceptions here on back-to-back drives.
And I think about what a Hall of Fame coach told me that he always told his teams, when a mistake happens, just move on to the next play. Let it go. Hard to do when you've thrown this many interceptions. That's exactly the attitude that has to be adopted.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Javonte Williams. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the Broncos are back within a score. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Overall, I'd have to say that was just really good team defense, because to me, you can't pin that one on the running back. He had no shot there. He had a man in his face immediately.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. They run again with Walker. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well, as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
Ready? 18 Redwood. Dragon 60.
From the gun on third down, Smith. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 36. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 77 yards rushing for him in his first half, as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Back to Walker on first down. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Not even a chance to pitch that one as he's swallowed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. He came out ready to play. That's 3 tackles for a loss, Charles. We're only in the second quarter.
And that's problematic for the guys trying to run offense, because that means he's got a pretty good idea of what they're doing and is actually beating them to the point of attack and making those plays. Might have to think about some misdirection or something to try and get him away from the ball.
On comes the Seahawk kicker here on fourth down. It's Jason Myers. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. Myers' kick is good, and that will make this a 9-point lead. Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that, and we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guy.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. And the Seahawks force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. To throw again on second down. Smith. Deep ball for Goodwin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
And they extend their lead, a little added cushion into the lockers. What a way to finish.
Tremendous way. That's momentum that they carry in with them. Can they convert it and bring it back out to start the third quarter?
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. In the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense is throwing at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They need to make up some ground, and they did.
On third down, Wilson. He'll get this underneath to Edmonds. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that's going to make it 4th down. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken at about the 14. A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Here's Walker to start the drive. There he goes, right side. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the third quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about the
the strikes that we're seeing.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. Fields it right around the goal line. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion, 1 more good rep, and they get off the field.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Wilson. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or 2 short, and it's 4th down.
There's another example what defensive coaches constantly preach, not allowing any run after the catch. They give up a few more yards than they wanted to, but they were able to get him down quickly and force a 4th down.
Here's the sneak with Wilson.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the first down.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll run on first down, Edmonds. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 on the Seahawks 34-yard line.
Now Wilson. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And Charles, for this offense, those interception woes they kind of had in the first half have now followed them into the second half. And for this defense, they take advantage, turn that into a pick 6.
And that defense is in a spot now where they're thinking about ways to close this game out. As confidently as they've been playing, I expect them to do exactly that.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Here's Wilson. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. A toss to the wide side. This is Williams. And down to the 41. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Wilson. That's complete. It's Greg Dulcich. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now we give up the middle to Williams. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. They'll stay on the ground with Williams. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
That was a terrific play, causing a loss. As a middle linebacker, simple. You can either fill holes or you can attack them, as he did there.
On 2nd and 12, Wilson. And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something by Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she brought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the stairs to a man's. Now salute the general. TGLX got plans, yeah. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
They don't know what they in for. If we coming like this on the intro, what they here for? If they want the heat, you know who to send for your info. Buy my money like Venmo. If this music don't work out, I know how to get it from my ends low. How you feel though? Cause hey, they can't rock with us. Galaxy ain't no stopping us. They ain't try to steal my style. I'm feeling like I just shot for. Can't trust him cause he not my. Cause we worried about getting figures. All my ain't father figures, just know my quick to pop it.
Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to.